I hear I'm echoing. I apologize. Give me just a minute. It sees 4. It fucking sees 4! I hear I'm echoing. I apologize. Give me just a minute. Ugh. Wow. Sorry, folks. It sees 4. Yeah, it does. It sees 4. Fucking piece of shit. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. Oh, anyway, hey, everybody, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. It's been a crazy week, in more ways than one. So I hope we can do something a little fun today and enjoy. We've watched some of this before. Hopefully we won't hit too many repeats. A moderator had submitted one video. We'll watch that, and then I have a little something special I wanted to share, and we'll watch that when we're done. And we'll just go from there. Okay. There's some other stuff, non-FID related, that I might throw in at the end, depending on everybody's interest. And we'll get to that here in a bit. So let's see what we're doing here. Why am I watching myself? That is really creepy. That's okay. Let's see. Here we go. Nope. That's a surprise. I'm sorry. That was a sneak peek. Oh. Okay. Now, hang on a minute. As I've muted myself because I was echoing. Now that I'm not. Okay, there we go. It's okay. Yeah, this was submitted by Kryptonite. It's a surprise. Now, I'm sorry, that was one of the last times I was bird shopping in Arizona. Okay. We used to hit this one particular bird shop just outside of Phoenix. I muted myself. And I'm still hearing myself echoing. And I shouldn't. That's really kind of creepy. So I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, this was submitted. Let me double check. Now, one of the last times I was bird shopping in Arizona. Okay. We used to outside of Phoenix. That means that I have. Oh, well, that's why. And I shouldn't. That's really kind of creepy. So I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, this was submitted. Let me double check. Just give me a minute. I changed things up just a little bit, so I think my system is kind of messed up. All right, is that better? That means no, I don't. Well, that's why. But that one I do. Why are you open over there? This is what happens when you focus on work. I changed things up just a little bit. Okay. So I think my system is. Hang on 1 second. All right. Is that better? It's always a good stream when things are effed up, right? That one I do. Why are you open over there? Yeah, I still hear it running in the background, so just give me a minute. It's driving me crazy. Okay. Because I can't stand hearing myself. Hang on 1 second. All right. Is that better? It's always a good stream when things are effed up, right? Found it. I knew I had a tab open somewhere that had the goddamn thing in it. So let's get back to it, okay? So anyway, we would Arizona's a very good spot for birds if you're into buying parrots, and I can give you some recommendations if you're really interested. But anyway, one of the last times we were bird shopping, we were actually considering purchasing a hyacinth, and hyacinths are probably the most expensive parrot you can buy. They had a toucan. That was I fell immediately in love with this bird. He was so sweet. And he loved the pets and he was such a good bird. Got on my arm and crawled up. I mean, he was such a gorgeous. So this was sent to me. I want to react. He's such a cutie. So let's get to it. And listen to the noises he makes.
If you guys are ever wondering what it's like when a toucan wants pets,
and he's right.
She'll come over here.
And look at his colors. Oh, is he pretty?
Like this, and doing her little flick and trying to be all cute. Yeah, there you go.
What a beautiful bird. Yeah, they like that. They can be very affectionate.
And it's funny because when you see a parrot wannabe pet, they'll like kind of bend their head down a little bit usually. But since she has a giant bill in the way, she usually kind of like squats down.
I could have sworn he said he at the beginning.
Or like kind of lay her head to the side.
Yeah, they all do that because what they want is there's an area right back here that if you rub a little gently, they just, you know, it's like Chantal's foodgasm. They like the head, but there's a spot on the neck that they especially like. Not just toucans. At least in my experience. Look at... Wow, that's interesting. He must be molting.
She's molting right now, so she's got a little bit.
What did I just say?
Feathers coming out.
Yeah, I had birds for... Sorry, we had birds for... Oh, God. I think we picked up our first one. Let's see, I got rid of them back about 3 years ago. So it was probably 15 or 18 years that we had them. And the scariest thing is, you know, we were both not young, obviously. I mean, I'm 62 now. These will live a lot longer than you. So how do you handle that? Right? I mean, when you pass, what do you do with them?
The toucans don't actually have down feathers like normal birds.
Correct.
Under down.
But they've got the cutest little pin feathers alongside their cheeks and...
Not quite as bad, at least. Definitely beats having dog hair or cat hair everywhere. Feathers are easy to pick up.
The biggest problem with the birds is the excrement. That's that's a totally different story. He's beautiful. Or sorry, she's beautiful. I love the orange in the bottom of the bill. The fiery orange. Oh, how precious. Oh, makes me want one. I was gonna buy this bird. This bird was probably $1,800 to $2,200 in that range. He was not as young as I wanted. We like to get them young, so you know, for the attachment and all that kind of stuff. Plus, the earlier you start training them, the better off you're going to be. That was the problem with our rescue. The rescue had already been with people for quite a number of years, and teaching him beyond what he had already picked up and learned was almost impossible. I love the color of the eyelids. It's pretty. I know this is exciting stuff, folks. But I wanted to see it, so if I have to see it, you have to see it. And somebody shared it with me, so I'm sharing it with you. And it meant a lot because I have a fondness for toucans. That's a hell of a beak. That's a hell of a beak. And you would really think that it would be dangerous, but toucans tend not to. They don't nip and snip like you know, blue and golds and Africans do, typically. And I love the fact there's a whole network devoted to toucans. That's just amazing. I will have to check that out. I didn't realize this was as long as it was. Because it didn't seem like it was... It's only 5 minutes. Ah, that's the chatty Cathy in me. What a pretty face. He's like, "What? I want more. Come on, baby wants more pets." Now the next clip is a little off of the subject, but I think you'll enjoy it. And when you see it, you'll know why. You know, even with Violent Susan, you would be surprised how well these get along with other animals, dogs and cats. You would really be surprised. There is obviously a little bit of a period where, you know, everybody's curious and checking each other out, but they are amazing birds. Now, they won't talk. They will not. I've never seen one. I've never heard one taught to speak, like the African greys and stuff. But they do have an array of noises that they make that just amazing. And I'm not sure how young this one is. So that was the toucan. Thank you, Kryptonite. I appreciate that. That was a great video. And you probably had no idea that I had actually thought about buying one. So thank you very much. That brings a very fond memory to mind. Oh, that was cute. I like it. Okay, this is my reprisal video. And I think when you watch this, I think you're going to understand why. Just look at the expression on the face. Okay, I'm a Malamute lover. Hi, Ego. I'm sorry. How are you doing? Nice to see you. And I do appreciate you stopping. I really do.
You were dirty and you jumped in the pool. Look at me. Tonka, look at me. You have to have baths sometimes. When you get dirty and you smell like dirty Fritos and you jump in the pool, that means you have to take a bath.
Jumping in the family pool?
Don't be mad at me. Look at me.
She is expressing her extreme displeasure with the bath. It's like, no, Mom. I'm not looking at you. No, Mom.
No?
Mals and Huskies can be very stubborn and very, very, very stubborn. It's really funny. Huskies tend to be more stubborn than Mals, but in general, both breeds are just bastards, as somebody would say.
I'm sorry you're mad at me. But now you're clean. Are you happy you're clean now? No? Not even a little happy?
You're right.
Yes.
No!
I am. You smell a lot better.
Yeah, nobody wants to smell like Cheetos.
Aren't you glad you smell better?
No, Mom. I'm not. I'm going to have to go run out and rub myself in the dirt and immediately rub off this clean smell.
Well, everybody's got a base.
What a pretty face. Look at the mask. Oh, such a pretty girl.
Sometime, baby. Today was your day. I'm not looking at you, Mom. I'm not even going to talk to you. Well, this is what I get when I bathe them. I get the cold shoulders.
Oh. I don't know how long I can keep this. I didn't see this. Maybe we'll watch this one as well.
And then the booty.
Yeah, we didn't need to see that. Now, this is a compilation. I found this. I was not prepared for today's stream. And one thing I've noticed, the FID streams tend to get a lot lower views. And that's okay with me. I don't care. I'm just trying to introduce folks to, weird oddities in my life. Having birds was one of them. Malamutes was another. I like certain content creators that I'd love to introduce people to that may not be familiar. So, these streams are going to vary. And some are going to suck. And some are going to be okay. And that's okay with me. It's okay. This is just a hobby. And I love to chit-chat. I'm a chatty Cathy. So this is perfect for me. So this I found this morning, trying to get some videos prepared for today's react. And I probably have to change the name of the series. But anyway, I thought this was cute. So let's watch, shall we? And you saw who won that battle. Sulfur-crested cockatoo, and that looks like a Siamese. That's what Sydney used to look like. Aww, don't hurt the putty cat. Aww, how precious. Oh, look how pretty. I don't understand the language. Oh. Okay, this one looks like a Malaccan cockatoo, to be honest with you. He reminds me of when I had, his name was Buddy. He was our rescue. And I'll tell you what, that guy, that was the only one he liked. The only one he tolerated. Everybody else he would bite. Look. Give me that paw. I just want to taste it. Come on. Oh, there's another one. Oh yeah. Let me tickle you with my tongue. The cat's like, Mom, please.
Rocky.
Birds are dicks. I know of a certain pussycat that's actually quite a dick as well. And we would do the same thing. Because the first time the dog or the cat got a jab or a snip, that was the last time they walked up to that cage. I guarantee it. But you've got to let them learn that lesson because that's the only way they're going to know. Now you think, oh, cats and birds? Cats going to dominate? Oh, no. It does depend on the nature of the bird, of course. A lot of birds are timid, but these parrots are 2 foot tall, standing on one of their sticks. So they can be very intimidating. I would watch your paw, young man. Aww, kitty just wants to sleep. Pet the birdie. Oh! Now, if you caught him in the right part of that could have hurt. Now, birds do like to preen. I mean, that's a very common behavior. Buddy used to do it to my beard. It's kind of weird, but that's kind of what they're trying to do. They're trying to preen. They aren't necessarily being cruel. That looks like a Quaker. Excuse me, I'm going to grab another beer. Aww. Oh, now that's gonna hurt.
You be nice to cat.
Damn.
Cocky.
It's like, come on, play with me.
Cocky. That's the cat.
Awesome. Yeah, again, I mean, your instinct's going to tell you that's a dead bird. That's going to be, but you know what? The minute they do an encounter and that bird actually stands up for itself, this happens all the time. Yeah, it's really kind of interesting. But I'm glad she's safe. How cute! There is nothing cuter than a baby Siamese kitten. Oh my God. Sorry, a kitten. A Siamese kitten, not a baby Siamese kitten. That doesn't even make sense. I'm sorry. Oh! Now, you do have to be careful with this kind of stuff because these birds are not cheap. Okay? And yeah, there are hybrid types, but most of these are probably purebreds, and they're expensive. They really are. That's a Malaccan. See how he's preening? That's what Buddy used to do to me. He would climb up on my shoulder, come up my arm, and he would just sit there and nibble on my beard hairs. It was the weirdest thing.
He cleaned his ears now, and he's like, wake up!
He's like, I don't know how to get you off my back, but get the hell off me! It's like, dude, cut me some slack. That sounded like the bird. Okay, I have to ask, where the hell are they living that they actually have these birds outside flying up to their window? Is that their bird? Are they living like down in South Africa or South America or something? We got questions. Normally, cockatoos aren't outside my home trying to get in. This is kind of weird. I shut you off for a reason. Be quiet.
It's actually quite funny when you see it, isn't it?
Oh, that voice sounded familiar. Yeah, that's a blue and gold. They could be bitches. Oh my god, they could be real bitches. He's like, that's mine. I can't tell what that is. If Jamie were here, she could probably tell us what that is. It's a parakeet of some sort, I think. Blue and gold. So I'm more familiar with the parrots and the cockatoos, obviously. Aww. And he looks at the camera like, don't let that happen again. Slowly I turn. Step by step. Inch by inch. Shh. Maybe he won't see me. I'm standing still. I'm invisible. Oh, Fluffy Kitty. Let's see how I can torment the cat today. It's like, that's my goddamn food. That's my food. That's my pie. Oh, I'll show you my shirt in a second. It's a classic. I love it. Oh, how pretty. Yeah, I wouldn't be messing around with a parrot that big. Or a cat. Just saying. I'm definitely not a fan of videos shot in this style. It bothers my peripheral vision. Is that one of those hairless cats? Oh yeah, it sure is. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. I take it the crow lived after the experience, right? Sorry, I thought I asked that earlier. No, it's a kitty hug. I want to hug you. Okay, I'm triggered. Cat on the dining room table or kitchen table, whatever it is. There's food on the table, and the bird is on the table. Good. That's good. And as long as Evil Susan wasn't hurt, that's also good.
You want some of me? You want a piece of me? Come on, come get some. Come on.
Come get some. Okay. You want a piece of me? You want a piece of me, Putty Tat? Hey. Hey. Aw, Maxie. That's a green wing. Even though they don't have green wings, that's just what they're called. They're beautiful.
She's so involved with my.
They look like a rainbow.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
You know, we watched the video the last time we did FIDs where somebody actually had a crow as a pet. That was really, or was it a raven? I think it was a raven, which are related, but they're not exactly the same species. But yeah, they're. I think it was.
All right, that's it. Both of you. That's it. Enough.
Oh my god.
And those wings are not clipped. I never clip wings either. We didn't believe in it. It's like removing a cat's claws. It just doesn't make sense. I know a lot of people do it, and I have no problem with them doing it. It's not what I just don't do that. How cute. Can I play with you? Come on. Aw, just want to ride. When the cat looked at the camera and the eyes turned red, it was like, oh, Evil Susan. Hey! Oh, look at the posturing. Look at the posturing. He's afraid, but he will attack if he has to. Oh man, was he pissed. Woohoo!
Be nice.
Hi there. Hi there, Tabby. I just want to clean your whiskers.
You big dummy.
Please do slide away.
Help me. Help me. There's a mean cat. Oh, look at the dog. Oh, how pretty. Hey, by the way, I hear you're getting a militia pack of those corgis. That's awesome. Wolf corgis. 78, man. Those are going to be awesome in the militia.
No.
I am a little confused with the water carboy in the corner. So I've got water carboys because I used them for fermentation vessels when I make beer, but that was kind of weird. There was something on the top. It was confusing me. Yeah, there's multiple birds in this house. You can hear them. That was cute. I like that. I like that. This is going to auto-play into the next one. Let's see if it does or not. Yeah, I found this compilation this morning, and I just watched the trailer for it, and I'm like, okay, gotta play it. This is amazing. This is funny as hell. Now this compilation, unfortunately, I think it's gonna have some FIDs that we've watched before, but this channel does a lot of good mashups, so I just felt like throwing this in the ring. How cool is that? You're riding down on your hog, and you got your blue and gold on your shoulder as you're blah, 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 blah. And look at his feathers are being brushed back by the wind. I wouldn't do that, but I find it fucking hilarious. And look at his face. He's having a blast. And I have a partial theory on this. Why does the bird sit there and enjoy it? Well, in part, I believe if the bird's been clipped, they don't fly. They can hop, but they can't, take off and fly around the room. Sad, because that's pretty much what birds do, right? So I think in part this kind of gives him that feeling that he doesn't get because he's been clipped. It's a guess. And it's also a scientific theory. Obviously, the bird is not controlling the remote control vehicle. But that would be cool. I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out. I try not to watch these before I put them up because I want to provide an authentic reaction, which that's kind of silly. But anyway, no, I haven't watched a lot of these. When we find them, we put them into a playlist and we kind of shuffle and see which work best. Right now, this is not looking familiar so far. But we have looked at one of Mash Zone's compilations in the past. A couple of FID streams ago. Oh my God, you're going to have to take that to the pet shop. You've got a dead parrot. Oh, damn, that was good. And I think this one's about 10 minutes. Yeah. That's the one thing I like a lot about these compilation channels. They tend to keep things around, just like Vince, he keeps things around 10 to 15 minutes, usually no more than that. It's my carrot, goddamn bunny. The markings on this bird, though, are very... Oh my God. Oh, holy shit! This is better than the squirrel! Oh my God, I love that! Do you remember the water skiing squirrels? This beats that tenfold. Besides, I'm not a big squirrel fan. That's funny as shit. Yes, and some people get really, really weird with their pets. Okay, let's just put that on the table and just move on. It could be worse. It could be so much worse. And I'm not even going to go down that path. Just think hamsters. I'm sorry, I can't take it back now. I've said it.
Esto para YouTube.
¿Cómo vas sacando tu película?
Sacando mi película, va a ser el subtítulo.
¿El subtítulo o el título más bien?
El título.
My issue with parakeets and those types, they tend to die pretty easily. They don't have a very long lifespan, unfortunately, and if you have children and they get attached, oh my God, it is heartbreaking. Oh, how pretty. Here, let me puke up the food and spit it into your mouth so you can eat it. Now, I never used a hair dryer to dry them off. I mean, after I would give the birds their baths, and when I mean bath, I would put them on myself. I would get into the shower, and we would take a shower together. Yeah, not in that way, people. Get your fucking minds out of the gutter. The bird would be on my arm, tearing up my fucking arm, but I would have a handheld and give him a bath and be able to shoot up from underneath the wings, the whole 9 yards. But I never did this. I would towel dry him real quick, and that was it. He would dry himself off. But that is almost exactly like the one of the cages. We had 4. No, we had 5. That's exactly like one of the cages we used to have. They're fucking huge. Freshly out of a bath, you can tell. Look at the feathers. I just never got into doing that. I would give them a bath or a shower, okay, technically, and then I would bring them back in the office where their cages were. They used to be in the corner behind me, and they would sit on top, and the overhead fan was off, of course, and they would just hang out until they were dry. It's not really that hard. These feathers they dry a lot quicker than hair does. You might be surprised. Nothing like, moving the finger, making sure it worked. Sunflower seed. Oh, Coda! One thing that's missing on their cage, and you're not going to know this unless you've ever had a bird, they have what they call an apron. There are 4 pieces of metal. One goes on each side, and they sit up at an angle. So right here, here's where all the collection is done. Usually you put papers down there. I usually put papers in the cage too, just for extra protection, because trust me, a couple layers of newspaper was not enough to sop up the mess. But it would go right about here, across the front, across the back, and they would sit at an angle. So what happens when the bird was eating or drinking water, or sometimes when they were going to the bathroom, they do tend to squirt. Those aprons would catch the stuff that would fall outside of the inside of the cage. Weird shit, TMI. Sorry, just a little. I just happened to notice that. I wouldn't do that, because what happens is the carpet or floor gets to be a mess.
Tiki, take my toothbrush. Tiki, give my toothbrush back. Tiki, come on. Come on. Come on. Tiki, give my toothbrush back. Tiki.
Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Nope. It's mine now, bitch.
Give my toothbrush back. Come on. Come on. Tiki. Tiki. Tiki lost the tooth. Tiki.
Tiki's a little bastard.
Give my toothbrush back. Tiki. Come on. Come on. Come on.
A parrot in a bottle. A parrot in a bucket. You have to give me just a minute. I'm trying something for a vendor. Come on. pretty. And we're back to picking on the kitty cats. Which I find hilarious. Show LS. Nope, that doesn't work, folks. Test set GPU for stuff. No, that doesn't work. Now, dogs, on the other hand, an interesting experience with the dogs. The dogs do tend to be a little more aggressive. They can be. Our mouths. That's why we usually had something up to keep the Malamutes out of the office when the birds were out of the cage. Chloe was usually pretty good about it, but I had a woolly Mal, a very young, very unruly wrestling buddy of mine, and yeah, he would definitely come in and harass them. So we ended up having to keep them out of the office most of the time. Yeah, that's about it. It's a naked bird! They must be breeders. Most people won't go through this in their lifetime with birds. Most people won't. First of all, you usually won't be able to buy a bird this young. So this is probably a breeder, I'm guessing. Now, you're picking on a damn penguin, and I've got major problems with this. Bitch. The fuck is wrong with you? Are we going to have to send Team Tiny Psycho up there to deal with your ass? He's going to town on that penguin, dude. I'm not liking this video at all. I'm not sure how to answer that question. Ego. All I can say is that's certainly possible. I doubt it, but that's certainly possible. So that was that. Well, don't be silly. How can a real bird have sex with a fake bird? Oh, that's not going to happen, right? So, yeah, that was their clip. There's one thing I did want to watch. Is everybody all right with watching something else? If you are, I'm up. I just don't really want to get back to work again. And sorry about that. That's kind of... Oh, shush. Damn it. All right, where you at?
This is a big day for us and for you because we're cooking.
Okay. And now I know this is about FIDs, right? Well, I'm gonna deviate. This just got dropped from somebody that I like. I love Sam, the food guy. He's amazing, and I love steak. I'm a typical guy. All right. Well, okay, that's not true. Anyway, I love steak. I love steak many ways. I've cooked it many ways. So, oh, is she? Oh, awesome. Okay. You want to watch? You want to see some more birds? There's plenty more videos. I just thought maybe we do something different. Whatever the chat wants, the chat gets. I don't see anybody else having dropped any videos at the moment, so. Steak or birds? Your choice. Because this is what I was doing 2 nights ago. So I like to cook my steak. Lately I use sous vide, so it's like a water bath, circulating water bath. 2 hours at 135 degrees, and I take it out, I let it rest, and then I dry it off, pat it dry, and then I use Bunsomatic and sear it. So.
This is a big day for us and.
Oh, dude. Do I ever watch the channel? Don't fucking tempt me. Hang on, dude. Oh, he's my favorite channel on YouTube. I know exactly who you're talking about. And yes, we have actually watched him on this channel a couple times. Let's see. Sous Vide Everything is his channel name. He's got 2 channels. Sous Vide Everything is everything he does on that specific channel is all done sous vide. And his other channel, Guga Foods, because his name is Guga, and he's got a good friend named Ninja. Oh yeah, dude, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, let's see if I can find him. I follow so many people, it's disgusting. Hang on a minute. Did he post this morning? I thought he posted it. Let's see. Yeah, you can see my wonderful email. I don't care. Yeah, I gotta take down notice. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I like the Sous Vide Everything channel a lot more than I like Guga Foods, because Guga Foods is more because he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's Cuban, and his best friend Ninja is Cuban, and what's the young kid's name? Oh, the one who always does the videography. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, have you watched his dry aged cooking? Dude, he did I believe it was a 45-day dry aged brisket. Oh my God. Now, there's somebody in the chat that doesn't really eat meat, so I need to behave myself a little bit. But yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I think he's amazing. But Sam, on the other hand, Sam takes requests, kind of like Guga does. But yeah.
For you, because we're cooking 6 steaks, 6 different ways.
Oh, man.
By the end of today's episode, if you can't cook a steak, you either slept your way
Ditto.
through it,
I agree with you completely,
or you're just a straight dumb.
I thought I was the only one that fell in love with that guy.
Market for sponsoring today's episode.
Did you watch his giveaway? Holy shit! He did a giveaway about a year ago. Oh my God, the amount of products he gave away! I was blown away. That was an amazing stream. I really enjoyed it, and he gave away thousands of dollars of hardware. It was amazing.
So, here's a question I get asked a lot. What's your favorite way to cook a steak? And I go, well, it
every way. That's my response, Sam.
depends. And they go, what's it depend on? I go, I guess.
And you never, ever. Oh,
where I am.
one thing I do want to try I absolutely want to try. I want to order some. I want to get a queen. I want to get a queen cap, and I want to do. When they bring the queen out, oh my God, she. Oh, anyway.
What my mood is, how fast I want to eat, that kind of thing.
Shame on you for bringing him up. Thank you, though.
My mind just went blank. It just went blank. So we're giving.
But this guy's channel, the videography, the quality, the edits, this guy and his son do an amazing job together. I really love this channel. So I don't really mind. Now I don't watch each and every video because he may be cooking something I really particularly care about. But when he dropped this today, I'm like, dinner.
We're putting the tools in your hand.
Yeah, I love it.
Not the equipment. Separate tools from equipment because we're not.
Never, ever remove the fat. Ever.
Giving you anything to cook with or on or in, but we're showing you what you can do. You're gonna be very comfortable after today's episode on cooking a steak.
And his other Guga's other content when he goes fishing with Ninja, and Ninja has his own channel, and he got his name because he owns a Ninja Foodie, and he and his wife video cooking with the Ninja Foodie, which I also own. I love the Ninja Foodie. But I've moved more to sous vide, at least for steak, and I've done 1 bag spaghetti and meatballs. I've done lots of fish. I've done chicken. I've done sausage, and there are things that actually work really well with sous vide, and there are things that absolutely don't work really well. My experience, for example, with chicken, just like Guga's experience, bad. So you just have to take that in stride and kind of learn from your mistake and kind of improve it. But yeah. And Sam, oh God, this
6 different ways. Today's episode is sponsored by Thrive Market, and you're gonna like them like we like them. So Thrive Market is an online membership-based market on a mission. Their words, on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. That's me and Chance and Max and especially you guys. And how do they do that? Well, here's what they do. They have 2 different members.
He did, and in fact, Kryptonite, we watched that very video at your request. Because you had asked me if I knew what it was, and they're like, yeah, let's watch that.
Options. 9.
And we can watch that again. That was an amazing video. That just looks so fucking good.
$95 for a single month.
And if you're telling me there's a place in your town that makes it that well, I'm serious about moving.
12-month membership, $5 a month, billed at $59.95. And for that, you get to peer in to the huge array of all kinds of products that the Thrive Market has.
I apologize, I didn't realize this was a sponsored video.
You scope them out online, and I suggest you do that just to get comfortable with them first. And by the way, you sign up for the year membership option, and you get a free gift up to $22, and nobody's not going to want that. Everybody likes a little free, right? So they have guaranteed savings. Sure. Members average.
That's why I signed up for ButcherBox, because it was right before Thanksgiving, a few weeks, and I didn't have a turkey, and they were offering free this deep fried turkey, this spicy Cajun style deep fried turkey. Oh my God, it was so bloody amazing. And honestly, I will admit this on camera because I specifically bought the spicy version, because I have always found that when people say, oh yeah, it's spicy, no it's not. No it's not. At least not for my taste buds. It might be for my 93-year-old father, who thinks that cracked black pepper is spicy. But this was hot. This was actually really spicy. I was impressed. And yes, I will probably order that again.
Members average $32 in savings per order. They've committed to the highest quality, healthy, and sustainable products, organic and essential groceries. There's safe supplements.
Yeah, I could bounce ahead of this. He's almost done.
Home stuff.
Okay.
There's ethical meat, sustainable seafood, clean wine, organic and essential groceries. And everybody loves the shopping without a hassle option that has been very popular these days from the comfort of your own home.
And isn't Parmo the dish that actually kind of puts your town on the map?
Home. computer on your lap, at your desk. You search the products. There's more than 70 different diets set up.
All right,
things like
I'm
keto,
sorry.
or
I'm going
paleo,
to try
or
to skip.
gluten-free, or vegan, non-GMO. Look, here's all you have to do. Hit the link below, or go to membership. Choose a membership. Use it for 30 days. If you don't
Fuck's sake,
like
dude.
it, you'll get your membership. You're going to like it. And here we are. Scope this out. Thrive Market sells the First Light Wagyu line. I've had it before. It's tremendous. So look what we've got. We've got 2 Wagyu New York strips. We've got 2 Wagyu.
What grade of Wagyu are you talking about?
Wagyu sirloins. And we've got a ribeye. And we've got a filet. Again, all Wagyu.
I'll take the
Shall
filet.
we start?
Yes.
Let's get going.
But
And if I didn't
what
say
grade of
and
Wagyu? It
don't
makes a
think I
difference.
did, all of the steaks we're cooking today have been out of the fridge about 45 minutes. We don't want to cook ice cold steaks. It's hard to get them where you want them, inside and out, when they're ice cold in the middle. 30 minutes, 45 minutes,
True.
an hour.
Very true,
Remember,
actually.
right there. Don't cook a cold steak. Okay, let me show you how we're going to cook these 6 steaks.
Now, I remember the toxic smog from a specific show I used to binge, The Crown, when they're that one town that had I think it was a coal mine, and they were pushing production, and yo, man, that was nasty. It killed a whole bunch of people. The mountain came down and took out a school with a bunch of children, a whole bunch of children in it. And, oh my God!
Because you need to know. Sous vide, reverse sear in the oven, smoker, in a cast iron pan, on a gas.
Honestly, cast iron is your best bet. It really, really is. First of all, it's cheaper than all of these other well, okay, maybe sous vide. Well, no, sous vide can be expensive. To get all the components you need, if you have a cast iron skillet, or they're not that expensive. They are difficult to season properly, but once you season them, they will last you your lifetime. And they are a godsend when it comes to like making eggs, steak and eggs for breakfast and stuff like that. You just can't beat that. A gas grill is going to cost you. Gas is not cheap. Sous vide, again, the circulators cost, and you need a container, and it just depends on what you want to do and how much effort you want to put into it.
Grill and
the skillet is the easiest out of all of us.
Straight on charcoals, like right on.
I've done that before.
All right, before we.
Oh, Guga did a tomahawk steak cook right on the coals. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Get going, we need to make a little seasoning. It's 3 parts, and it goes like this. So it's equal parts of kosher salt, black pepper,
yep,
and garlic powder.
Yep, exactly the same.
And using our finger, we mix.
As long as you don't lick the finger, that's fine. There you go.
Keep this in a little jar on your counter. You put this shit on everything. Sous vide. What is sous vide? Max.
Cooked in water.
Essentially.
That hardly does it justice, but go ahead.
What we're doing is we're going to cook this in a constant temperature water bath. If you've been watching for a while, I've definitely used it before. But here's the concept.
Honestly, I've never seen any of his sous vide videos, so I may have to go back and watch some.
Put something in a Ziploc bag or a vacuum.
No. I highly recommend not using Ziploc. If you're going to do sous vide, take my word for it. Buy yourself a sealer. Buy yourself bags, especially the bags that you can pre-cut to different sizes, and use a proper vacuum sealing machine. You do not want to use a Ziploc baggie. I highly recommend against that.
Seal bag of protein, like we're going to with this sirloin. It's going to come in here, and then it's going to go into this pot behind me that has water circulating at 128 degrees.
That's a little cool, in my opinion. I did my strips at 2 hours at 135 degrees, and it was the most perfect medium rare that I've seen in a long time.
The beautiful part of sous vide is when this steak hits 128 degrees in that pot, in that warm environment, it can't go over because the temperature isn't going to go over. If the temperature's at 128, your steak can't overcook. It's a very simple way of doing this. Let's get it going, then we'll talk more. All right.
Not 100% true. Not 100% true.
Here's what we've done. Here's one of the sirloins. in a Ziploc bag. You don't have to have a vacuum sealer. This works perfectly.
I know exactly what I'm just telling you, folks. Do yourself a favor. If you're going to invest in sous vide, invest in all the gear that you should and do it properly. That's just my
You just
opinion.
slowly lower it, and you'll see what happens is the pressure of the water starts to seal its way around the steak, thereby forcing out the air. And now using a binder clip, you can do whatever you want. I take this.
It'll
put it on
work,
here,
but that's I would
and
not.
it's
I
done.
would recommend
the steak
against
will
this.
now cook beautifully in that. We're going to need to finish it off after, but we'll show you that part next. A steak this thick probably will get to temperature in about an hour, 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. But the beautiful part is if you leave it in for 3 hours, if you can't get to it for 4 hours, it's still going to be the same perfect temperature you set it to be. And in our case,
Anyway, come on, move on. Let's go before I.
Different types of sous vide apparatus that you can get. This is something called Joule. I'm not sponsored by them. We're not pimping them. I happen to like it because it's small, discreet, can go in a drawer. You set it with your phone to the temperature you want. I'm at 128. It's going to live here nicely. I could use the timer if I wanted, but I got it. I know how long it needs to be in there, and we're going to come back.
I don't need my phone to talk to every one of my goddamn kitchen devices. Thank you very much.
You're going to see this in a few seconds when it's done. And at the end of its cooking time, using the app on my phone, I stop the circulation of the water, and this guy is done. And ugly as sin.
It is.
But we're going to fix that.
That bag of meat.
And so you're gonna see there's definitely, especially with like the Ziploc bag.
I always use tongs. I always use tongs. Just saying.
Eggs. There's definitely a little moisture in there, and it's okay. But I'm telling you, is this a steak that anybody wants to eat? I don't think so. Of all of the slow cooking methods, sous vide really does require finishing it off, giving it a sear. So we're going to do that. I'm going to use it.
One of the reasons I love this method, because I get to play with fire and burn things. And being on Team Tiny Psycho, that kind of fits. It really does kind of fit.
Torch to give it some beautiful color. And that will look like this.
Now you have to be careful. You can't get too close because you will get a really nasty flavor. And make sure you sear that fat.
And the fat.
And no, I did not watch this already. It's just part of the technique.
Look, here's a done side. Here's a not done side. It needs.
The one thing he did not do that I do and Guga does, and it's it is kind of important, you should pat the steak dry after you take it out of the bath. You know, you let it rest and you pat it dry with a paper towel. You throw that paper towel away. Because the heat from the Bunzomatic, when it hits those cold water droplets, oh dude. Splashy splash. Listen to that. Now the beauty of this method, you can do this inside the house. So you don't have to worry about, gas.
Now you got something. Got a pretty little crust on the outside. It's sizzling. It's going to be tremendous. And here we are. Look at the kid. Look at the kid. Tell me when I can cut. Shall we?
I wouldn't. That looks good.
See, look,
Looks great.
Once again, sous vide comes through. I don't always use sous vide for steak, but when I do, I'm surprised at how great it comes out. I mean, that's arguably
It is really, really difficult to fuck up a sous vide steak, but you can. You leave it in there for 6 hours, dude, it's not going to look that good. Trust me. I don't care what you're saying. And your searing skills also will make a difference on the end product.
about as perfect a looking steak as you could ask for. And this off right here. Oh my. I mean, it's just, is it ridiculous that it's this perfect? It smells amazing too.
I bet it is.
All right.
That's how it was the other night. I was in heaven. I'm like, ah! And I had 2 on my plate, and you know what? I could have eaten both, but it's like, no. I made one for tonight, and I'm going to eat the other one tomorrow. And even the one the next day was almost as good. It was a little drier than I wanted it to, but that's because I had to reheat it. But it still came out really, really tender and really delicious.
Sirloin. This one from Thrive. First Light Wagyu sirloin.
I'm still waiting to know what grade of Wagyu it was. It didn't look like a 5 or a 7. It just didn't have that much fat content.
Insane. Insane. Boys, you're getting bites. Take a little fat off of Max's.
No!
I know he doesn't like it. The fat bite, though, by the way, is so good. How good is that? How good is...
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the fat. I do get that, but that is part, and Guga pushes this point all the time. That is the best part of the steak. That's where all the flavor is.
Is this. But guess what? There's still more. With our cast iron pan hot and our ribeye oiled.
This is probably my favorite method. I love cast iron skillet steaks.
Salt, pepper, and garlic powdered. In we go. And that's what you want to hear. The sizzle. This is not that thick. It's not going to take that long. But don't go away. Stay close. Have your thermometer handy. But look what I found while I was inside. Some herb compound butter. And I know I said I wasn't going to add anything, but I love to keep the stuff in my fridge. Let's just throw a little hunk in and see how we do. Like this. Oh, fine. And like
And
that.
then spoon it over. Yeah.
Point is.
And I know you don't eat meat, but oh my god, this stuff is so amazing.
When you make compound butter, take
A
the
little
excess,
readjustment.
wrap it up, put it in your fridge or your freezer.
And between
then at the last minute, when you have a...
between the tinnitus today and between the it's just not been a very comfortable day. And I know you're not having a good one either, so we're both in the same boat.
An idea when you're making something. Stir-frying shrimp. Fries that come out of the oven. You hit them with a little bit of this, and your flavor profile just goes way the heck up. It smells good. It's going to be delicious. But this one is about cooking a steak in a cast iron pan, one of my favorite things to do. In fact,
I agree with him.
My grandmother's 9-inch cast iron pan right here. And I was going to say I have my grandmother's 9-inch.
If you treat them right, they will last you a lifetime, and you can. Like you said, this is my grandmother's. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. You can actually hand these things down. Because once they're seasoned properly, oh.
But I know what Max would have said, and that would have been disrespectful to his grandmother. Give it a little turn. Get him some pretty color on this.
That's looking really good. Dude, you're flipping
When
it
this
too
guy's
early.
done, off she comes. And we're down. And if you want, and you've got a little bit extra of the beautiful herby butter in the pan, I say you just give it a little bit of this. How could that be a bad thing, boys? Couldn't. And so, this part up here. It's my favorite part.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just look at the whole... Look at the whole
You're
thing.
cutting
it's
the
just-
grain in a weird way,
We've done
dude.
a nice job here today, fellas. I know we're not over.
Oh my. Oh my, that looks good. What are you going to say? What can you say? I mean...
If you have my new book, Sam the Cooking Guy, Recipes with Intentional Leftovers, there are 3 different compound butters in it. I say you make them.
Always keep compo butter in the refrigerator. It stays for quite a long time. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Even if you don't use them today,
Right.
you will use them.
Uh-huh.
This kid's been in my freezer for, I don't know, a month and a half. It's as good as the day it was made. Damn. Here's our pretty little filet. It's going to get the same treatment. A little avocado oil.
Yeah, I'd
Season
skip
it
the
well.
avocado oil, but yeah.
You're going to like the
I'd probably
addition of
use
the
an olive
garlic
oil,
in
but
here.
this is
It's
me.
really good. And it's not like it's gonna
Notice
be
he
super
gets
garlicky.
all the
It's just gonna be
sides, top,
flavorful,
bottom, and
ready
around.
to go to the smoker. All right, we're set here. Here's our steak. And just like inside, I'm going to use a probe thermometer.
That's what I do. I use a
to
meter.
help us. To help us.
I like the meter because it's wireless. and I don't need to have a wire sticking out of my grill that can potentially break off, frag off, you know what I mean?
Make sure we don't go over. On we go. That's pretty, isn't it? That's pretty. And we shut our lid. So we're essentially using the Traeger
Nice grill.
to do the reverse sear thing like we're doing with the steak in the oven. If you have a smoker, you can do that. If you have an oven, you can do that. If you have a toaster oven, you can do the exact same thing. It's just all about the temperature. I'm telling you right now, you want to use a good probe thermometer in the oven. Here, this one has one built in, or a digital instant read one like we'll use for the other steaks that we cook. Let's just take the guesswork out of it. Forget.
He's not wrong. However, once you've been cooking steaks for so long, you do get the idea how, during certain parts of that process where they're at, relatively speaking. You may not be exactly on a single degree, but who cares, right?
The pushing feels like it's medium rare, feels like it's medium. I can't get that right every time, and I don't know that.
It is a process. It is a process, and it's hard to do. You go into some of the best steakhouses in the world, and they don't use meters and probes and things because they know how to cook a steak. They know what meat does at certain temperatures.
People other than professional steak cooks that do it day in, day out get that right. So eliminate the guesswork. Get a good probe thermometer. You'll be happy.
I'm not sponsored by them, but get yourself a meter. MEATER. You'll love. You can use it for so many things.
Steaks will be way better. And we're here.
That's a nice grill. I like a nice smoker. I like that.
Put them down here. Let's get rid of that. Turn them off. Let's go finish it off. And we're down. Put a little fillet, and we're cutting.
I was going to say that's going
to be. You see that off the smoker.
That's fairly
at that
rare.
Lower temperature. You guarantee.
And that's the beauty of a smoker. The whole magic of a smoker is low and slow. And this is where Cliff made his mistake. Because when he made that prime rib doesn't cook in 3 hours. It doesn't. Trust me. If you want a succulent prime rib, there's no way you can get that done in anything under 6. Probably more likely 8. It depends on how big it is. But low and slow is your friend in these cases, in all of these cases.
See yourself wall to wall, end to end, top to bottom, and side
and
to
when
side.
he squeezes that, you see the juice
so
just ooze right out.
How beautiful does that look?
Yeah. Now, believe it or not, that's overdone for Maggie. That's overdone for Maggie. She would not eat the steak, no matter how good it was.
Here, Max. How would you not like that?
That looks
bullet.
That looks beautiful.
It just pull apart tender because it's a fillet. Oh, fillet tenderloin. Oh, damn. Okay, boys.
Did we lose Ego?
Bite for the children.
Think so.
Max, Chancellor. Right?
Now, I know you don't eat meat, and making you sit through a meat video, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be offensive. Some people could get offended. I would watch a proper prime rib video with you so you could actually understand what I'm talking about. It is not an easy process. It really isn't. And when I go to my typical steakhouse, you have to go after a certain hour because the prime rib's not ready yet. It takes that much work to get it ready and its perfection. And I'm not going to ruin your night by making you watch something like that. But, yeah, you're right. It looked like utter shite.
But wait, there's more. Next up, a New York that's headed towards the grill. I've said it before. If you're new here, I'll tell you this. The oil you use when you're grilling and you're using any kind of high heat should be an oil that will not smoke easily. Avocado oil smokes at 500 degrees, and that's the highest smoke point of any of the oils. You would never want to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, vegetable oil.
See, that's me. I like EVO, and I know what he's talking about. The smoke point of those oils is much lower. However, we're not getting it up to 400 or 500 degrees. Okay, well thank you. People take things weird. You know what I mean? There was a particular vegan, Angry Vegan maybe was his name, that if I made him watch this, he would kill me.
And if you had it and you were stuck, it's okay. But when oil smokes, it starts to break down.
And it
gives
tastes
you a
like
shitty
crap.
flavor.
Yeah.
So don't do it. Use avocado oil, and it's good at the grill. And with
my fear with avocado oil is it's going to impart, at least this is my mind, I don't like avocados. Never have, probably never will. I don't like avocado toast and any of that kind of crap. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm thinking if I'm using avocado oil, it's going to impart that sort of flavor to the... I don't know. I've never used it. So I won't disagree with you.
With our grill hot enough that I can't hold my hand this far from the grate for more than a couple seconds, we give it a quick spray. Beautiful. And on goes our steak. Just like that. And with steaks on the grill, I believe in the turning often system. When you're on direct heat, I like to turn. We're going to give this maybe a minute and a half or so, then turn it 45, then give it a little bit more, then flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. And frankly, this is not that thick of a steak, so we don't have to worry about being here a long time. And then we have one special thing to do at the end for just this one steak. Okay, now it's time for a quick 45-degree turn, just like that. All right, buddy, let's flip you to the other side, like it is. There you go. And because I'm flipping fairly frequently, don't worry about these lines getting dark right off the bat.
Fairly frequently?
Fairly? And because I'm flipping fairly frequently, don't worry about these lines getting... I can't say it. You waska-wee wabbit. And because I'm flipping fairly frequently...
That's the thing about Sam and his son. When they start going off the rails, it's hilarious.
Frequently, don't expect that these lines are going to get dark right away. It's going to take a bit. And another turn. It's looking like that. Now we can check our temperature. I think it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. 90 degrees, and we're on our way to about 125. So this steak is almost ready. It's looking beautiful. We're going to add something to it. All the steaks, aside from this one, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cook, cut, eat. This one's going to get the addition of one little combo. 2 weeks ago, my mom passed away, Max's grandmother. She was an amazing woman.
Sorry to
Joy,
hear that.
Zion, lived to 96. Don't feel bad. I mean, yes, it's sad, but
96 years old. Holy Christ, that's a full life.
New York steak, which,
awesome.
by the way,
God bless you.
this is and was her favorite. Cooked the New York steak better than anybody I know. And she had one little trick that I'm going to show you right now. It's a combination of 3 things. Some barbecue sauce.
3 things.
Anybody's. A little olive oil. I don't know where she came up with this, but she did. And a little extra ground pepper. And we mix.
It's like the sickest little custom steak sauce. That's how she made it.
That's
Yeah,
how she
kinda.
made it, yeah. And we go to the grill and paint. And with the steak looking beautiful. And by the way, you would never brush on anything sweet until the last couple of minutes anyways.
Correct.
Like that.
Well, it's sugar,
Because you
and
can see
it
it
will
starts to smoke
caramelize
and
and
it
turn
would
into
burn if
crap.
it was on there too long. So we're just going to give it a little bit of this. Give it a chance.
I would have added a little bourbon to that sauce, but that's just me. I like that little alcohol cut.
Sort of just burn in a little bit on each side. I love this. And you can smell it from here. One more. This guy's ready.
It looks amazing. It
Let it rest for
fucking looks
5-10
amazing.
minutes. And after a brief rest, there's our kid. Looking handsome as ever.
Woo!
I think we should have a bite. Let's for sure just have a look at how it looks inside.
Oh my God.
See, that's the thing. The thing is, when you take your time and you turn, that's what happens. You get this beautiful inside that's perfect all the way across. Like that. This is a beautiful piece. All right, let's have a bite.
And he leaves the fat on because that's where a lot of the flavor is, folks. I'm sorry. It may not be the healthiest thing for you to be eating, but that's where the flavor is. Don't cut it off and throw it out.
She'd be so proud. She was so good. She was such a master.
96
and it's
years
not like
old.
a lot of
Holy
barbecue
Christ.
sauce. The olive
God
oil
bless her.
fully cuts it. You get the hint of the sweetness, but it's so damn good. It's so damn good. All right, but we can't stop here. There's more to do. All right, next up, one of the New Yorks, and we're going to reverse sear this. I'm going to give it a little avocado oil, both sides. Season well with my mixture. That will look like this. Don't forget the edges. They're important.
Yep, they are.
And it's a decently thick steak, so you
It
know,
is.
you
It
can
looks
be
about an inch
pretty
thick.
aggressive with the seasoning.
It's going to take a while to
Now,
cook, too.
Reverse sear means cooking something in an oven at a lower temperature, allowing it to cook all the way through beautifully without getting gray edges. We're going to cook this at 275. I'm going to put a probe thermometer in this to keep an eye on the temp. And I want to go to the middle of this. I take my fingers on the probe. I decide I want the tip in the middle, which is here. So I put my fingers here, and I know when I push in, I will stop when they get right there.
That's funny, that's what she said.
That's so dumb. All right.
What a smart-ass kid, right?
275 degrees until it gets there, and I think it's going to take me about 45 minutes. Here we are. Here's our 275 oven reverse sear, and now you'll notice that there's decent color to it. Let's check this kid out. And this guy looks like this. Perfect.
Beauty.
Once again, the low temperature all but guarantees perfection. Goodness gracious.
And that is a lesson that Cliff doesn't understand. All right? What he did to that meat is a crime. That's why I meme the fuck out of it, because he should be in jail for bastardizing that prime rib. By the way, my favorite cut of beef. It was so
I know
good.
there will be people looking at this going, no, underdone,
No,
underdone.
no, that's perfect.
And
That
too
is
bad.
perfect.
Your steak, you cook it the way you want.
Exactly,
My
but that's
steak,
perfect.
I'm a 130 degree guy. I mean, it needs nothing. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, perfection. It really is.
I'm surprised how
Keep this combo
I'm
with you at all.
I'm surprised how close he and I are in a lot of these things. The way we cook and steak, it's kind of weird.
Fine. I know people that travel on airplanes when travel was normal, and you'd get food that would take their own salt and pepper just to jazz up the blandness. Because in the airline business, they're shooting for the middle of the room in
Correct.
terms of taste. It might taste good, probably not very often. It might taste okay, but it certainly won't be seasoned very well.
Correct.
It's like a low tolerance. It's like they're cooking for hospital patients. But wait,
There's a reason for that.
don't stop there. There's more. Right, so this one you're going to like. We're going to cook the
Okay, this is more Guga style. Guga loves to cook this way. I love it.
steak directly on hot coals. Directly. So let's drop these in here into the caliber. I've already got a few in the bottom just to keep this guy going well. And 3, 2, 1. And they're in, nice and hot. Now, you want to spread them out and give yourself...
I've never done this, but I've seen it done by friends and others on videos. This is an amazing technique.
a flat surface. So try and organize so your steak cooks flat. And this looks pretty good to me. Here's how this craziness works. It's up, it's in, and it's cooking. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to leave it, let it do its thing for a minute or two. We're going to turn it just like we do any other way. And yes, some of the charcoal might stick, but it will knock off and you'll be just fine. But imagine if you don't have a smoker, this is going to give you that charcoal wood taste and flavor that's going to be hard for you to get any other way. Okay, let's have a quick look. Look. Look how beautiful that is.
Man, it looks phenomenal.
Freaking gorgeous, man.
It is.
And on we go.
Yeah, not under the fire, under the coals. I mean, I understand the technique. I've just never used it.
So I want to check the temperature. It's been about 4 minutes.
It's about right.
Let's have a quick look, shall we? Just so we have a sense of how we're doing. And, yeah, 90 degrees. Seems about right. It's cooking beautifully. And
I would throw it on for another minute.
it's certainly beautiful. There's no question about that.
I think we're thinking along the same lines. This
Beautiful.
is scary. She does look beautiful.
Should we check it?
The
22.
caramelization.
23. 28. All right. This gets another minute or so. So I think we're ready, and out we come. I love this. And here's our friend. You gotta love this charring.
Nice crust.
I mean, how could you not, right? Let's cut.
Let's do it.
And once again, we've maintained
Perfection.
the consistent beautifulness all the way through. If you think it's underdone, then that's fine. If you think it's overdone, that's fine.
I think
if
it's
you
perfect.
agree, like I do, that it's beautiful and perfectly cooked all the way through, then, well,
eat
we're
it.
on the same team. Wow. But I'm not sure how you can argue with that piece.
I agree with
you.
it.
Can.
Pop it in your
Gorgeous.
mouth.
And the char on this little crust is going to be amazing, buddy.
I'm drooling, motherfucker. Eat it.
Also the sirloin, but the smoke from the charcoal is in this in a really beautiful way. And what it cooked like what, 9 minutes maybe? 8 minutes? It's been
But what you're forgetting is the prep time for the coals. That's a slower process, so you got to add that time onto your cook time. You absolutely have to.
fantastic, boys. A little bite.
Yeah. Little?
Sorry.
Oh my.
Greedy.
My God. It's so good, and that crust on it, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
It just adds that textural component that's just hard to get any other way. So what have we learned today? We've learned how to cook 6 steaks.
6 different ways.
An instant read thermometer is important to everything. We've proven that. Not cooking the steaks right out of the fridge, having them out for 45 minutes to an hour before is very important. And season simply. Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Make that, keep it, use it. Even in eggs.
I agree with
salads.
I completely agree.
It's perfect. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you, Thrive.
Because you can use it on fish, steak, chicken, pork. You can use that seasoned blend for almost everything.
Market for sponsoring today's episode with your beautiful meat.
That's what she said.
And go forth. Don't multiply unless you really want to, but go forth and cook steaks. And if you don't think you can cook a steak,
Thank you, Sam.
You haven't done it enough. To start doing it now. Thanks.
And I don't know who's watching, but anybody
pictures
watching,
of
if
me
you don't
too.
sub to this guy, what is
Love
wrong
it.
with you? He's phenomenal. He's funny. He's the food he makes is amazing. Anyway, I think that might be about it. Is there anything else you want to watch? I mean, you know me. I could stream all night long. I just don't want to bore you. No, I should end it here. We can chat later. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. And I'll throw in the same usual bullshit. If you like what you see here, like, sub, and subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. If you do, that's great. If you don't, thank you anyway. Any kind of engagement is better than no engagement, so thank you very much for stopping. Thank you, Kryptonite, for your assistance. Wonderful to see you here this evening, Ego, and we will catch you tomorrow, probably. I don't know what we're going to stream, but we'll find something. Probably Chantal. Sorry. Whoa, did I just say that? No, probably we'll pick some ALR stuff. We still have a lot of old content to go through, so I think maybe we'll do that, but it depends on the day. And I really don't want to work tomorrow. I'd like to actually stream sometime, so maybe we'll do. Would you be interested in an ALR, old ALR react, like a mukbang react? I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's. I'll chat with you in a little bit. I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks again, folks. Be safe, be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.